Hey, A5, have you seen this show, Bobby?
What? What, this?
Yeah, the people on it are the worst.
I don't even watch transmissions.
Oh, you gotta watch this one. The people, they're so bad, I like to laugh at their misfortunes. Self-inflicted pain.
Stop showing those shows. We have job to do.
No, look, the people on this show are the worst.
All organics are the worst.
These ones are even worse. I like to laugh at their own deserved self-inflicted pain.
Yes.
Affirmative. But we need to do this job. Hurry up, grab that shovel, grab those things, load them on the ship.
Wait, look.
Just one more second. It is a really funny show. It's not very long.
When they come over and you have your friend, you want him to come over, you want to watch the
Hey,
thing, do the stuff, eat
Ha,
the snack.
ha,
You want to
ha, ha, ha.
be by your friend, because you're gonna play
See,
with your friend,
you're
and
laughing.
it
No.
is
I
sad.
find their patheticness quite amusing.
My
Sometimes
driver
you
is
laid it
just
to egg.
stop.
Okay,
It's
okay.
sad.
I'll get the big boxes.
Yes. Let's get a move on.
Wait, do your organic receptors sense a smell?
I get this would be an unpleasant smell were we organic. My senses are
Is
telling.
it?
It is appearing to get stronger.
And stronger.
Quickly check your shoes. Did you step in anything?
Why is it coming from above?
Wait, what is that?
Oh no.
There's hot shrimp candy in my sticky little pocket.
That is hot shrimp.
Hot shrimp.
That is some hot
Hell
shrimp.
rains from above. Oh, incoming. Hot shrimp.
Cleo, shrimp me.
I didn't think you would ask.
Come get it.
Come and get it.
Hello and welcome, everyone. It's another episode, another installation, another sequential segment of story on the ongoing saga of those space stinkers. The filthy duo known only as the Backwater Bastards in space.
In space.
I'm your Dungeon Master, Dick Dynamite. With me today I have Daniel, a.k.a. Dr. Z.
AKA
the floating
hot
jellyfish
shrimp.
with psychic powers.
Shrimp me, baby, one more time.
And also with me today is Taylor, a.k.a. Cleo, the explosives expert bear creature.
Pour some shrimps on me.
And we're having a shrimpy old time here in
We're
in
getting
space
shrimped.
on Prospect Town of the
Shrimp.
trash.
Go shrimp yourself.
Get shrimped. Yeah.
Get shrimped.
How are you all doing anyway, guys?
Just shrimpy.
So many t-shirt ideas. Stickers at least,
Listen,
or
I'm
bumper
doing-
stickers.
I'm definitely, every time that I remember that we exist in a universe with a shrimp hard candy,
Yeah.
I'm better instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
that's
I mean, I don't
kind
even
of
eat shrimp,
what that
but knowing that there's a hard candy out there that tastes of shrimp and grass makes me feel better.
shrimp is definitely.
Is that canonical then? I thought it was just Cleo not understanding flavors.
I'm not sure
as we've discussed,
anymore.
Cleo's tongue is very delicate.
Does Cleo comes from a planet that barely has water on it, so it's
Yeah.
when has she ever even seen a shrimp?
No, but I like the chat. I
Yeah,
think-
she might just be guessing from the color what
Maybe
a shrimp
she
would
doesn't
taste
know
like.
what shrimp is.
I mean, either way, I'm into it.
Possible.
This is just like that time that she thought something was honey.
You know what? When we do a Cleo origin story, I'm going to have to feature shrimp somehow.
That sounds like something that would have gotten stolen from a freight train or something.
Yeah.
I think there's just like, like a poster that had a shrimp on it that was like, like on her wall or something.
Every time something's really good, it's like, that must be shrimp.
Yeah, that's shrimptastic.
It wasn't actually a poster. It was just like, like a fucking
This is like my
advertising,
new
part of a catalog or something.
It's just like a page ripped out of a catalog. That's my new exclamation now. Oh, that is so shrimp.
Shrimp
Stop
AF.
trying to make shrimp work, Cleo.
Damn, that's shrimp as hell.
That's shrimpy.
That shrimps. That
My
really
God.
shrimps.
All right, are we keeping all of the shrimp talk in the episode?
Bunch of crust
Shall I
punk
catch
stuff.
us up?
Crust punks would love shrimp. No, it's too expensive.
No, it's not vegan enough.
You know what? I do need to catch up.
Yes. Not.
I know
We're excited, Dickie. We've been waiting a whole week.
I mean, we've
for
just-
this
we've
whole
just done
week,
the
we've
cold
been
open,
hanging
so
in the
we-
air.
Yeah. Lead
Literally.
us in, Dick.
Spoilers.
We need to know.
So the bastards, they've been here for a while now, for a couple days on Prospect Town, which is a trash planet full of recyclers and artisans who are making and finding and restoring things, and they needed some armor because they keep getting banged up. They need good armor, so they asked for the best artisans in the land, the finest armor crafters that Prospect Town had to offer, and they came across both the magnificent Kheen, a small, smooth-headed fish-like creature with a flamboyant taste and an aggressive posture, and a synth called K2K2 with a much more sort of blocky, primary color themed design and more
So
of a
cool.
utilitarian approach, perhaps. The Bastards have been visiting Kheen to check on the designs. The designs were amazing.
They were ridiculous.
But Kheen was gone. Kheen was gone, and he had been kidnapped with
Fashion.
a ransom note left behind. Kheen's personal assistant, Burnstar, gave them a case with the cash that they needed, and they were like, right, we're going to the location, which was K2K2's warehouse, which is very suspicious indeed. Bastards get there. They're ambushed. They are mugged.
very sus.
They are highway manned. They have been robbed at gunpoint by a trio of faceless synths. And they took the money.
Yeah.
But the bastards went to see K2K2, who gave them an all-access sort of, tour around to the back of his factory where they're able to leap from the balcony to where the synths who were tracked with a tracking device were hiding behind the
Hiding?
wall. My God, I can't talk.
I
that's where we
also
catch up.
do that behind walls.
The bastards, with an appropriated stealth unit that K2K2 has lent them,
Yes.
leaping from the balcony,
So
activating the
graceful.
bearer chute. Cleo encased in the honey boy along
it's
with
so
Dr. Z
beautiful.
to become Zeo as they drift, stealthed and parachuted over the wall
Yes.
to see the three faceless synths and a small group of other humanoid-looking figures in hooded robes. I mean, you edited the episode. You've heard this before.
I'm just being dramatic, Dickie.
I see. And they're loading things, including the pack of money, onto a starship.
Whatever, we're gonna get that money
At this
back.
point, the
We're going to
bastards
get that
come
money back.
floating over top of them. They can see that three of the synths are sort of gathered around, looking at a little screen of something. And you got to give me some info now. How are you guys approaching?
Okay, well, we definitely launched ourselves, right? So it's not like we have a lot of choices at this part of
We were in
the
it.
endeavor.
No,
we're still
okay.
stealth
Let me
though, right?
set the scene. Then you are drifting. You're stealthed.
We're stealth. That's right. We have K2K2's stealth what is that called? Modular stealth device
Unit.
unit. Yeah.
Stealth
we've
unit. I
Borrowed,
think that's the
we've
word I used.
borrowed K2K2's unit and we've attached it to Dr. Z and
And you are wearing me like a jacket.
yes.
So what I am going to need actually is a stealth roll from
That does not feel fair
Well, that's not
because
fair.
we're paying to play right now, okay?
Yeah. All right. Okay, what type of roll? You want me to roll a stealth roll?
Yep. So
Just a
it's
D20?
20
definitely-
for Z and it's a 20 minus 5 for Cleo.
What? That's fair.
Oh, fuck. I rolled a 9.
Cool. Well, 3 minus 5. So,
That's -2.
yeah,
So
that's
it's
not a
patchy
lot.
at best.
So yeah, you're not
I don't know, those are
falling
pretty bad
particularly
rolls.
stealthily.
I'm trying.
Whatever that means. You are transparent. but there's a
But
ruffling
loud
sound
and
of a
smelly.
parachute going. There's a smell. There's the fact that Cleo is breathing extra heavy because she's trying to breathe through little sort of nostril
It's scary
holes in
being
the honey
encased
boy.
in jelly, yeah.
It is.
And the assembled party. As you're getting closer, you see there are the 3 faceless synths who robbed you. And there are a further 3 individuals in these hooded robes. One of them much smaller than the others, who has taken the case of credits. The other 2 are somewhere on board the ship. They've vanished now as you arrive. So it's just the 3 synths and the 1 small hooded figure.
So just the 3 synths and the 1 hooded figure.
As you drift in, and all 3 of the synths suddenly look up, spotting you in your semi-transparent stealth effect. They see you just coming out of the sky at them. They are ready to react, so we're going to have to sort of roll initiative on this. But how you guys come in? What's the general vibe?
I don't know, we hadn't talked
Well-
about this, but what's your thoughts?
We're coming in,
Yeah.
and they can't see us, but they can smell and
They
hear
can smell
us.
and hear us, yeah.
Yeah,
Is-
and they basically they see like little flickers in the air now that they know where you are. So they kind of, since you're just drifting down, they're going to know exactly where you are when you land.
Okay, so what I'm thinking
Yeah.
is this our moment for the candying?
I think we need to wait until they are in, oh, actually, no, fuck it. Yeah, let's just fucking do the candy.
Like, we could rain down the candy.
Yeah.
We could do, like,
You know what? We have talked about this a little bit during the week.
a
And
little bit.
What Cleo is saying
we
now
It
love-
is
seems like
the
you've colluded against
the
me.
candying, and I think, heck
Dick's like,
yeah,
this is new.
Cleo, describe the candying. We're doing the candying.
Okay, so imagine like an incredible aeroplane coming in low. I believe they call that coming in hot.
We are hot
we are.
shrimp.
Hot shrimp. And what we are going to do in this moment
T-shirt
while we
idea.
are invisible. We are
need to make
invisible.
hot
Put it
shrimp.
on a blimp.
We are. And that's fine. Like, the smell can't, like, we know that they are feeling uneasy because the smell, like, we're doing a lot of different noises. We're coming in. And not only is Cleo gonna, like, rip down the Velcro that contains all of the candy on her, like, middle.
Yeah. I'm going to open a little
To
hole.
pour out a shower of the entire everything I could get back at Bernsta's, all the candy that she had. Shrimp, couple grass, fine, because we couldn't pick those out.
Oh, that's my
It's
favorite.
mostly shrimp. Well, and Z's been eating them. You know, I'm in the
they've been
jelly, so
disappearing.
he can find them. It's
Yeah.
not like he doesn't know. And I'm just gonna, like, rip down. It's kind of like when you watch, like, a stripper and they do the pants. And the pants
Oh.
are Velcro and they rip off. It's a lot like that, but on the top.
Nice.
The chest piece.
Yeah. And I'm just like, and I rip. That's not a Velcro noise, but you get the idea. I rip
Yeah.
that down. All the candy is, like, gonna, like, ping out. But I also have handfuls of candy that I'm gonna, like, force throw.
Yeah.
And what we're hoping is that it will hurt a little. That it might be confusing and disorienting. But overall, we are hoping that the high sugar content of this pre-melted, nasty, wet, hard candy will attract the rats.
The rats. The throwaway comment from last week's episode, Dickie. The rats. We're
We summon the rats.
weaponizing rats. We're summoning
I feel
the
like you
rats.
guys have like watched the Suicide Squad.
I haven't seen Suicide Squad yet, actually.
Oh, spoilers.
Same. I haven't
mean-
seen it either. But yeah,
I mean, there
that.
literally is. There's a character in there who controls rats. You know, like
Well, that is us now.
Well, we have now become that.
We are the Rat King.
Rat King.
I know that
Amazing.
means something else, but
That's when a bunch of rats get their tails knotted together.
yeah. Hopefully, you don't
becomes a
summon
rat
one of
king.
them.
wait, so it's not a sex thing?
Maybe
I mean,
it is,
maybe
but
it's a sex thing as
It's
well.
also a thing where like sewer rats are all like so knotted together that their
It's
tails.
not a real thing, by the way. It's
Oh,
it's like
okay.
like a hypothetical. It's like a
There
like
are
a
pictures
myth,
of it.
like an urban legend.
There's pictures of it happening.
Pictures of it?
Yeah, photoshopped fucking pictures.
No, they're
of
not
it.
photoshopped.
Rat kings aren't real.
They're not photoshopped
Like,
at all.
there's no such thing as a rat king.
Oh my
I just
God.
found
Dickie just
what we need to
ruining my
talk about on Sidearm
Yeah,
next.
exactly.
How would rats let their tails get knotted
Because
together?
they
like how
swarm
dogs get
over
stuck
each other
together
so
when
much
they
that they
bang.
just get stuck together.
they'd just walk away. They'd be like, no, I ain't being part of this rat king.
No, it's not like they choose to do it. It happens, unfortunately.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, there's pictures
I
of it,
refuse to
Dickie.
accept that.
A rat king is a
Yeah,
group of rats
Photoshop
whose tails
pictures.
intertwine and stuck together. As many as 32 rats have been found joined together in this way. Rat kings are very rare, and they're sometimes believed to be mythical. So they're rare. That doesn't mean that
Sometimes
doesn't
believed to be
happen.
Wait,
mythical.
Dan, what is the source?
So some scientists say they're mythical. That's 80% of them. The other 20% say no, the Rat King is real.
No,
Oh
look,
my God! this-
Next, you'll be saying
hold
that
on.
unicorns don't exist.
Can we acknowledge right now that the source that Dan has pulled is Cosmo magazine?
No, Cosmos.
Oh, this is a
Cosmos
science magazine. I thought for a second I was like Cosmopolitan, the makeup and like sex tips magazine. This is
look at
okay.
page
This
9 special.
A rat king is a
Kings.
collection of rats whose tails are intertwined and bound together by one or several possible mechanisms, such as entangling material like hair, sticky substances like sap or gum. Historically alleged the phenomenon is particularly associated with Germany. Anyway, there's tons of pictures on it
What?
online.
that means that you could see one,
Oh, there's too many pictures online of rat
or
kings.
it could just mean that because it's in the
Anyway,
Nutcracker,
we're
that's
derailing,
why.
and this is going to have to become
This is a big
different
derail,
thing.
but
Yeah.
you know what? Rat King's mythical.
It's
what
not
do you
mythical.
think, listener?
It's sidearm content for future, but not right now.
Okay, please tune in to our next sidearm where Dick
We
and
discuss
Dan have an
rat kings.
ultimate
We'll
showdown.
have a debate.
That's the next episode of Bobby's Got Space for You, is if this is real or not, and I
kings
will
are real.
moderate it.
Yeah.
You have to
Alrighty,
convince
so
me.
for starters, I want a strength roll from Cleo just for velocity of candy tossing.
Oh, you got this,
completely
Cleo.
agree with that, and I am glad that you asked.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if anybody knows this, but some people have said that I'm like kind of strong.
Yeah, it's been said.
It's been said.
Yes.
Oh,
It's an 11.
well,
It's an 11.
Little average.
you know
But
what?
it could be worse.
It's been a hard day though. Like
Hey, a win's a win. Small victories. Take that
a win's
mantra.
a win. Yeah,
through.
small victory.
Yeah.
So these synths, they're looking up, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, literally out of thin air, multicolored hard candies are just raining upon them, banging upon them. They raise hands up, sort of defend themselves. They're going, no, what?
Yeah.
Like melted bits of candy sort of getting into their works and stuff.
It's really gonna mess
these
up your
synths have
paint
taken
job.
off. They've taken off their sort of their most external armor platings, which means that they have a lot of exposed functional workings as well.
Difficult
Candy in the
and
cooling
low.
fan.
They basically the way they are built far too efficiently and far too strong for the candy to actually like do anything to really mess with their function. Like they're not going to get ruined by it, but they're going to get real sticky and it's going to get real hard to wash, and they are not here for that.
Oh my god, that's how you
As
turn into
they-
a rat king.
They literally just start backing away towards the ship, trying to escape the flurry of sweets.
I want to make this even bigger. I want to do a telepathy roll to let all the organic rats in the area know that
Yes,
sweets
yes.
have been dropped.
Give me that roll.
Yes.
Dick's face is Dick is like, you guys
10.
are so stupid.
10. That's enough to reach them. That's enough to reach them. It's not enough to force them to do it, but
Route 6.
Can you also communicate in that we are the benevolent force behind
Yeah, the bear and
candy
the
so that
jelly.
they don't.
The bear and the jelly are the benevolent force. Exactly. It's a good idea.
so basically you put out like an all thing to all the rodents that you can reach. You're not necessarily implanting the idea, but you're communicating in the most basic language that hey, there's candy here for grabs, and
We did
the
it.
bear and the bear and the jelly gave it to you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
yeah.
A dinosaur's gonna come.
You don't have any idea what's going to come.
We really don't.
You have no idea what kind of pain you have rained upon yourself.
Oh yeah.
The synths. In the meantime, though, without they haven't even thought about the rats. They are just like backing away, like trying to like scuff all these bits of melted candy off them. As Cleo is still managing to help them, even as they back away off towards the
Nice,
ship.
Cleo.
You can see the small figure holding the case is actually like sort of rushed up and is standing at the top of the ramp into the ship, staring out of the doorway. Still, that their features veiled underneath this hood. As you are having scared away the synths, able to land rather safely and almost elegantly in the middle of their parking spot.
Cleo, we have bloody done it. High fives.
Hey, yeah, hot shrimp.
Hot shrimp. Now, we need to get on that bloody ship and get our money back.
So, I had multiple realizations as we landed.
Oh no, what were they?
And one of them was like, how ridiculous that we just picked candy as the weapon when we have like blasters. We have become so safe.
No, candy.
We're very non-lethal.
Weaponized candy.
I mean,
diabetes is a
you know,
huge
you don't know who these people are or how much of a threat they are. Like,
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that growth?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, we're becoming very inquisitive.
Yeah.
I think as well, like, you guys, you're on a shopping mission at the moment, aren't you? Like, this is.
Well, we want to be.
Yeah.
These people aren't necessarily.
We've been trying.
Actually, I mean, they did rob you at gunpoint, and they did point a gun at Parter, who did not deserve that.
That did upset us, and yet we have not killed anyone at this time, which I think is very big of us.
Yeah, but we've also tried to get a death upon them that is like worse than a bullet. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
I feel like I would rather be shot in the head with a blaster than swarmed by rat kings.
Yeah, I don't want Death Watch.
And
You
I
know,
had
if you've seen
another
that
thought.
movie.
I was like, do rats even pose a threat to synths?
Yeah, they'll bite through wires and stuff.
A rat will chew through anything. Yeah.
Okay, good. And then I had an additional question about this vessel that they are loading onto.
Good.
My thoughts about that are like, how far are we from it? And like, how big is it?
So it's a relatively small vessel. It's smaller than your own ship, but it does look like a live-in ship, if that makes any sense. Like, it looks like it's going to have like little bedrooms or dorm rooms and have a warp engine. That's the impression you get from it. It's just a big triangular kind of ship. It's pretty filthy looking. It's blue and grey.
And we're pretty
But
close to it.
You're pretty close to it. Yeah, like you literally like you could run, you know, right up to it in a turn, kind of close. Like, you've just landed outside where they were loading stuff onto it.
And does it have any like external thrusters or any type of like propulsion device that we can see?
Yes, so it has 3 large thrusters just on the back end of it,
Okay.
right in the middle, all together, sort of in a cluster.
So if our immediate concern is them escaping, maybe we should stop up a thruster with rats.
I've also...
Everything is rats.
Have I still got a shield projector?
Or candy. Or
Yeah, because it didn't take any shots. You just used it as a.
How many shield projections have I got?
Well, you've got 5 points of shield.
Okay, I want to take 3 points off and then like pop a shield in the engine that I can see, blocking it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see. So you're putting a shield around the thrusters. So when they try to thrust, it's just going to hit your shield.
Yes.
And not go anywhere.
To like cork the thrust.
Yeah, I mean, it will not last for very long.
No, but I'm
it's
just trying to
for you to get on there. Like,
Yeah.
that might be the precious moments that you need.
All right, I'm gonna while I'm like shooting holding my shield projections up to try and like block the engines. I'm going to say, Cleo, I'll cork these engines. Well, you get on board that ship, and I'll be right behind you. So I've got my arms up, like
all right.
blocking the engines with my shield projectors.
I'm gonna get on all fours and barrel in.
Okay.
I'm
So as
barreling.
Cleo is barreling in, I'm gonna roll dexterity for the hooded figure because
Good
they are
luck.
going to try and just close the doors before Cleo gets to
Oh
them.
fuck! Come on, Cleo, you can do this.
Barreling.
I mean, I don't suppose I have another point of energy shield that I can use to block the door a bit.
No. Fair enough. So the figure dives inside, closing the door behind as Cleo slams into the door. The 3 synths are like, sort of scrambling about, like trying to brush the sugar off them, look up in dismay. What we can only assume is dismay. They're faceless. They look up at the ship as you can hear the engines powering up. That's not the only thing you can hear. Like a kind of like a rustling, like a lot of rustling.
Shit.
Like the sound of like a storm blowing through the trash.
Oh my god, the rats.
Oh, yes. But this also is probably going to fuck us up as well. We need to get on that ship, Cleo.
Oh,
And
K2K2
If you
is
sort of
gonna
look
be so
around,
pissed
you
off.
can see dust being kicked up as the trash. It's almost like a wave as the trash is being kicked up, coming towards you
Whoa.
from every direction.
Whoa.
A swarm is coming.
I don't even care if it hurts us. I'm into it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just glad we did a thing. Bugger.
So are you going to sort of maintain course? Like, is Z going to keep holding the shield up, and Cleo going to... Well, Cleo maybe needs to decide what she's doing.
Cleo!
Zay!
Cleo, I believe our hot shrimp is excited more than a few rats as expected. We may be in trouble here. We need to get on board that ship.
Oh my god, we have to figure out what to do.
Cleo, I can only block the engines for a little bit. You need to find a way for us on that ship.
Oh, hell. Okay. All right. It's time.
Cleo has shifted modes. All right.
Cleo, desperately looks behind her and around and sees the storm coming. And there's no time. There's no time to cry. There's only... I don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
You can do this.
Okay. Let me ask some questions about the ship.
Okay.
Because I have two ideas. One of the ideas is brute force, which is,
What, bear claw the door?
No, not the door.
Ah.
I would be thinking more about a vent.
Mm-hmm.
Or the windshield.
Also solid?
Which does kind of... I think a lot of my ideas hurt the ship.
I mean, it's not your ship.
That's all right. It's not,
True, but if we're trying to hide from the rats...
we just need to get the ship above ground and we're away from the rats, so...
I mean, you could just jump on the ship if the rat starts swarming you and just ride on it.
Yeah.
That is
But
fair.
then shields.
We could
We've been
ride
cut-
the ship.
No, but we've been cut by shields before. As soon as they engage those shields, then zoop, we get fucking...
I'm thinking that I could either use my build explosives skill to weaken a point that we could then enter through.
Make one of those little sort of directional charges,
Yeah,
they do
like
to blow holes in cliffs and shit.
Like when you watch a heist movie and they explode a door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I could do that. I could do that.
before. That's actually
sounds cool.
Cool move.
I'm thinking that is probably the way. So these are going to look a lot like the stickies. These are small circular charges that I'm going to attach to the door that we just got blocked out of. And they're going to be remote charged so that we can kind of run back and hide behind a pile of trash while we wait for them to explode. And let me roll. I'm going to use, I think, 3.
Come on. Yes.
Oh, so we've got one success, one resounding success, and one slight failure. A 14, a 23, and an 8.
Yes, we getting in.
So you've made these, they're like sort of small directional charges, is that right? That you're going to sort of place on the corners of the door?
And they stick to the door. I only made 3 because I'm kind of thinking I'm doing a triangular situation here.
Makes sense.
And I will...
Strongest shape.
I will definitely... It is the strongest shape.
Well, polygon
Beat triangles.
was, I
You
think,
can't. Well, it's triangle now. Didn't we upgrade it to triangle?
I don't think we did in that
Okay,
episode.
I think we
yeah.
needed some triangles to support it.
Well, the shape has officially been changed. So... You don't know if it's a polygon or not because the edges are undefined. But we're going to hide behind a pile of trash. I'm just going to grab Z. Come on! It's going to blow!
Oh, heck!
And we're going to dive.
So Cleo, thunk, attaches the 3 explosives to the door. Just sort of snatches Z, who's still holding up his shield projectile, struggling to keep it aimed on the engines, as the storm is closing in around you now. And it's this is all happening really fast now. So things happen one by one. First thing that happens is the engines roar into action on the ship, and the ship lurches and stumbles as the thrusters immediately encounter resistance with Dr. Z's shield, dealing 2 points of damage to it. So the shield is still holding for the meantime.
Keep holding.
As Cleo sort of ducks behind the trash as the explosives are getting
bloody bastard.
tick, tick, tick. But at the same time, the storm is closing in, and now you can see them. They're jumping.
Oh.
Rats. A swarm of them. They're not really rats. They are the kind of small rodents that live here on Prospect Town. And they're not actually that small. Each one of them is more than a foot long. That's its body. They have long, bald tails that sort of lash and thrash about. They are scampering over top of one another. Every single one of them is imagining in its tiny little rodent brain that they will be the one that gets to eat the entire pile of candy.
The whole pile?
Truth be told, there's not nearly enough for all of them, as there are literally thousands of rats closing in on your location.
Excellent.
Oh my days.
Climbing over one another, climbing over the trash, burrowing through the trash, leaping into the air, and like almost like dolphin jumps.
We did this.
We fucking did this.
And
Together.
they encounter the synths long before they get to you, as they just overwhelm them. The synths just pulled down as if by waves. Their legs just pulled out from under them, as suddenly they just become like a mound of swarming rodents.
Oh my god, they were covered in candy.
Oh, yeah.
They're closing in closer on your location as well, but it's at that point that Cleo's explosives all go off.
Fucking everything's coming up Millhouse so far.
Because do you remember last time you were rolling like terrible the whole time? So you've paid for this, Dan.
I paid
Alright, we've got
in blood.
19 points of damage from the 2 successful explosions, which blow
That's a lot of ones.
basically. Yeah, there's a lot of ones. It could have been better, but like it's enough. It blows like just a chunk. Yeah, blowing the door, just kind of like around and up. It tears away and open as you see things just sort of start. Little bits of paper and stuff just sort of come flying out the hole, and you see the hooded figure sort of peek out the hole, like like looking a little bit flustered and slightly singed.
They peeked out?
As
An explosion happened and their reaction was, I'll go put my head through that and look what caused it.
they were standing right there already.
Ridiculous.
That's why you don't stand that close to the microwave. Bam.
Okay, they're peeking out. Where are we?
So you are huddled behind a pile of trash, trying not to get exploded, as the swarm of rats are closing in around you as well.
All right, Cleo.
It's time for us to run.
Cleo, if you don't mind, I'm going to jump on your back and hold these energy shield projectors in place.
It's time to board.
It's time to board, Cleo. Raiding party.
Raid hot shrimp.
Raiding
So I should note
party
that the
pose.
rat swarm has already gathered. It's already swarming and thrashing around like the legs of the ship as well. So you'll have to wade into rat waters to approach the ship.
Okay, I'm going to roll a telepathy and I'm going to
Yes,
try and
yes.
make a
Broadcast
path
it.
for us.
Like part the rat sea.
Exactly, I'm going to part the rat sea. 22!
My goodness.
Crazy.
it, Cleo! We're doing it!
So Dr. Z sort of, clambering onto Cleo's shoulders.
Holding the
His-
energy
his
shield
arm
projectors.
still holding up the energy shield
Yes.
as he reaches out a sonic tendril to the rats, and they actually obediently just
yes.
sort of part open, making a path between you and the ramp of the ship.
Let's get this Brit, Cleo.
As we go, can we just kind of throw out one last handful of candy behind us?
Oh, yes.
By all means. As you walk, the rats sort of close up again behind you, because the path only exists as you need it, because these rats are very literal.
Fuck.
And the ones who close in behind, who are the first ones to offer up a road for you to walk through, are the ones that are greeted by a handful of candies that they begin snatching and stealing from one another, ripping
yes.
into pieces, feasting. It's at this point that the engines, still lurching and going, have another little burst of energy,
Okay.
You can't stop us.
So I've only got 3 points of shield left.
dealing a further 5 points of damage to the
that's
shield.
it.
The shield sparks and flutters and wears thin as Dr. Z is no longer projecting anything. The engine's roaring into action. The ship beginning to lift up. It's all on Cleo now.
Dr. Z, get down!
I'll get low.
And I'm gonna aerodynamicize myself and go for it.
Alrighty.
This
Give
is
me a
imagine a
dexterity
an
roll.
Olympic steed clearing a jump.
Come on, Cleo, you can do this.
Oh god, and then it rolls dexterity and it. Are you fucking trying? Wow, that's a negative two, everybody. It's because I set it up like that.
Okay, wait. Damage control time. What can we do?
Okay, so you know what? It's fine
It's fine. We'll figure it out.
if we fall, because have
At
you
least
ever
you're not
played?
falling into a sea of rats.
No, hold on. It's fine because have you ever played with a sticky hand?
Yeah?
That's us.
You reckon I should stretch myself out?
We're a
as like a sticky hand?
now. Yeah.
And just grab on.
Oh my god, Dickie, will
Just
you
like
allow that?
flap up.
Will you allow that, Dickie?
I mean, you're going to have to do your own separate dex roll, and then you're going to have to do a strength roll to hang on as well once it takes off. But yeah, definitely.
Okay, so right now, can you describe the jump?
Okay, so Cleo lines it up. She goes aerodynamic. She's like launching like a missile. Dr. Z perched on top of her like this
I love the sticky
double
hand idea.
bastard missile.
Yeah.
Just lunging at the ripped open hole in the door that'd been blown open. She goes slightly off target as the ship begins to lift off, and you can see that she's basically going to slam Dr. Z hard into the bottom of the ship as it lifts up.
Perfect for a sticky hand.
I know. I mean, I'm thinking sticky hand. I had a brief thought now that like I could try and manipulate telepathy again to try and get the pilot to lower the ship a bit.
Oh.
You know, but I
That
think
could be a thing.
I've just used telepathy so many times. I feel like it might be a bit like hacky to be like cloak it,
Might be time for
you
a one.
Exactly. So
Might be time for a fat one.
yeah, let's
fat,
do sticky
stinky
hand
one.
then. I'm going to stretch out the honey boy and try and reach for the thing. I'm just looking at my character sheet. Have I got anything else? No, we don't have much stuff. We definitely need to go shopping.
That's why
'cause
we gotta go shopping.
We don't have much. Like our character sheets look exactly the same from the very beginning. Okay, yeah, I'm going to reach out. What can I roll, Dickie, for a stretchy, sticky hand?
I want a dexterity check because you're basically like lashing out into a lasso and catching on.
Ooh.
Okay. Fuck.
It's a 7.
We
You
tried.
know what I have that
What's
I
that?
picked up on when we were with Rads?
What's that?
With the energy whip.
That yellow energy whip. What if we Indiana Jones ourselves to the spaceship?
So, okay, let me paint a picture for you.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-da.
The rats are opening up a path. You're charging in. Cleo leaps. She can tell she's missing, but Dr. Z stretches out with his arms to grab on, but his fingers just don't find a foothold on the side of the ship. You're gonna just like land like just flat on your faces underneath the ship as it takes off above you. Any last ditch attempts?
I'm gonna try to energy whip around one of the boosters.
Alrighty. Well, this is a dexterity check, but
Fine. It's okay. We're really we thought we were. The rats will lift us to safety.
You know what? I might actually be able to do. Fuck.
that is a natural 1.
A -4. Okay. It's time to build a rat tower.
Well, first, I want a D100 because I want to know how bad this is.
Whoa, 87%.
87.
Damn.
Okay.
It's fine. We will fail
Okay,
hard
it's a shame
now.
that Z already used his shield.
It's alright.
Oh, it's okay.
It's
I've got.
It's alright. We're good. We're
I'm
good.
strong.
You're
as
just
hell.
you're flying through the air. Cleo sort of twists. Dr. Z is like flapping about because he's stretched himself out into a sticky hand. And there's sort of the tangle of Dr. Z above her. Cleo sort of, like action posing as she like flips over in midair. She's got this idea. She pulls out the energy whip. She ignites it. And immediately things start going wrong as the long yellow tendrils of energy just sort of are flicking back with all the motion, all the maneuver. They're not flying. She imagines she'd be able to whip it out like Indiana Jones and grab onto it. Instead, what's happening is that energy whips are just flapping about everywhere,
Oh, no.
slicing into the both of you, dealing 5 points of damage to each of you.
Bugger, that's lots.
That is lots. This thing could potentially have one-shot Dr. Z.
Oh my god.
Z is now on 2 with no shields, and Cleo's got armor, so Cleo
I'm already like 16 anyway.
is on 11. You land in the dirt, in the dust. The rats are still swarming around. You're in like a clearing between the rats. You can see now that the synths underneath are still thrashing about. One of them has got back to their feet, but they are covered in rats. The ship is taking off. It's taking off quickly. It's vanishing up in the sky. It's out of reach of you, but you do see a light sort of flickering through the sky towards your location as another ship seems to be centering in on where you are.
Okay, so we're out of range for Rat Tower now. We can't do a Silver Surfer rat wave to try and like catch it.
Yeah,
like,
not after that natural one.
Escape
You're just
from
like, you're just,
LA.
like thrashing about in the dirt, getting chopped,
Yeah.
getting all burnt up. by
Because
this-
I watched
this
Escape from LA
tangled
recently,
fucking-
and I was like, well, maybe we could do some tidal wave surfing.
I'm kind of imagining that, like, like Cleo's like, you're both getting burnt, but then you're like, oh, turn it off.
All right, Cleo, we could take aim and shoot at the ship and try and slow it down that way. If we could take out its engines, it could like fall from the sky again.
Yeah, I feel like we would definitely shoot at it as it flies away.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Same.
Not sure if it's just me, but I feel like I'm so much more inclined to shop and eat healthier when the weather is nice outside. Like when I can just peruse the cute little farmer's market on a sunny summer Saturday, I'm so much better at grabbing the seasonal fruits and veggies and just overall gravitating towards fresh produce and away from heavier processed foods. So I've been trying to combat that this winter, and as we head into spring, something I'm bringing with me are my HelloFresh orders. With HelloFresh, you're getting seasonal ingredients picked at peak ripeness, and you can really taste the quality. Ingredients also always travel from the farm to your home in less than 7 days, so you know they're fresh, which is so helpful when I'm missing that farmer's market energy. It also doesn't hurt that making their delicious dinners is a cinch with chef-crafted seasonal recipes and ingredients already pre-portioned, so all you have to do is cook and enjoy. I made this salmon limon with a veggie couscous last week, and not only were the veggies so fresh and wonderful, but it made me try a new way of cooking salmon, which was a learning experience and also cooked faster than I usually do it, so I appreciated that. Also, you may have heard me talk about Green Chef before, which is now actually owned by HelloFresh. I really do love both, and with so many options to choose from, there really is something for everyone. If you'd like to try out HelloFresh for yourself, go to hellofresh.com/realm60 and use code REALM60 for 60% off plus free shipping. That's hellofresh.com/realm60 and use code REALM60 for 60% off plus free shipping of America's #1 meal kit.
All right.
We're gonna get this bloody money back.
And I'm going to
All right, you're shooting this thing down.
blaster.
Well, yeah.
Natural 20!
So Cleo pulls out her rifle, flicks it onto shield piercing, takes a shot, and she just shoots wildly wide, completely missing. Dr. Z, on the other hand, folds out the arm blaster from his fancy mechanical arm, pointing it up at the ship. You know, it's almost, you imagine he'd be squinting, looking with one eye if he had any.
Yes!
He takes his time, and he makes a called shot. And I'm going to need a D100 just to see how...
Feels good. It's an 8.
8 out of 100.
8
it's
out of 100.
8% good.
8% goodness.
Are you... Where are you aiming with this?
Roll 20 is like, I'm having a laugh.
Yeah, fuck these guys. I would like to bring it out of the sky. I want to try and clip its wings, or I just want to bring it back down. So wings and engines.
Alrighty, well, I'm going to take that to mean engines.
All right, yeah, fair enough. Engines.
I'm going to make a cold shot of one of 3 things that might
You
work.
know what? I did do that. I'm sorry. Engines.
And Dr. Z's launches the blaster
aim at
fire.
all these things, and all of them would be useful. So
I'm going to aim at whatever's most good.
It's a D20. I hit all of them, right?
Yeah.
I can't miss.
I'm sorry. I did do that.
Oh my
shitty
god,
thing.
yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Can I also get advantage?
Yeah. Season 1.
So Dr. Z firing off his arm blaster. It flies up. The ship is flying. The blaster bolt is just coming out, and it strikes the central thruster. You can see it sparking and smoking as the ship judders and shudders, and it looks as though its arc is sort of coming back down. But then something seems to happen as it rights itself, and it's sort of slowing, hovering, but it's still sort of making its way away from you. a little lower to the ground. But it's at that point that you realize that the light in the sky has now seen the opening, is able to catch up, and is coming around to intercept. You see, it is a small fighter ship.
Okay.
It's a fighter ship that's has 3 long, jagged wings. They're kind of chunky though, and like kind of stylized, I guess.
Oh yeah.
And the whole thing is covered in rather smooth, elegant armor plating in aquamarine and purple.
Wait, that's Kheen.
And on the side of it is a Diamante K tilted 90 degrees.
Oh my god, he's so cool.
As this small fighter ship comes in, training its guns on the ship that has already taken some serious damage to its thrusters, and you can see the ship you can see like dejected flying as the ship reins itself in and sort of swoops back around and comes and lands not far away from you, sort of just outside of the rat swarm in the trash over there, as the Kheen styled fighter ship comes in and lands ahead of it, guns still pointed on it.
I mean, is it now the moment where I try and do a telepathy to get the rats to carry us there so that we arrive in some type of style?
Just lying in the dirt.
It could fuck up though. I did just have a natural 20. It could be a bit much to risk.
And then the rats consume us entirely.
Exactly. And I'm very weak. I'm on 2 health points, so maybe we should just walk it. What do you think, Cleo?
Dr. C eaten by rats of his own making. You're on 2 health, man. The rats will get you eating.
Bloody stupid rat dream.
Rat stream. I feel like I want to know desperately who is in the Kheen ship.
Yeah, let's get there.
And so we need to get there because even though it could be a bad idea, it's not like we can get away.
I think surfing a tide of rats is the fastest way to get there.
Well, can I do a medical kit before I do it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do a medical.
I mean, it's going to slow things down, so like things will have already sort of got underway over there before you get there. But
okay,
yeah, you've probably got time.
Well, Cleo, do you mind if I stand on your back to keep myself safe a little bit?
Go ahead.
Okay,
Go
thank
ahead.
you. Maybe if you stand on a piece of trash, and then that can be a surfboard.
like an old
fridge door or something.
I was just thinking that. Is there like a piece of metal or like a shard of
Yeah, I mean,
plexiglass?
you're walking around in a giant trash heap. There are multiple large pieces that you could use.
I'm going
to see
to
one that does
get
just
on
look
one.
like a door with a sort of like a circular glass porthole in it.
Cleo, give me some good vibes. I've overthought this so much that I think that I'm just gonna fuck it up. Okay,
No.
Here we go. Come on.
Imagine like how great it's gonna be when we surf rats.
Surfing rats is cool. Surfing rats is cool. Telepathy, 13.
It's a 13. It's a solid win. And when you're dealing with this number of rats, you don't need all of them to be on board to get them to surf you somewhere. As the rats just sort of like just coming in like this confused mass, some of them climbing onto the board, some of them getting under it, but eventually the board is lifted up as suddenly a tide of rats is just sending you like hurtling along. You just kind of like as Cleo surfs on this door. It's not any faster than you could have run, but you are sort of like just in a sort of a cloud of dust and like jumping rats, just surfing along towards these 2 ships.
It's cool.
Dickie, it's cool. Okay, that's the thing.
And both of us have 1 point of damage healed by the joy of our hearts.
And
there's a real racket as you're just sort of like rattling along the trash on these rats.
and our medical kit while I'm doing it.
See, okay. You freed up yourself. You got time.
I rolled
You've
a
done
21.
well as well.
I've held 7 points.
Nice.
You know?
So Dr. Z patching himself up, fixing up the honey boy and any incidental damage to the jellyfish himself, getting himself back up to a full 7 points.
Nice.
As you
I just hate
roll
how
in.
Dickie doesn't appreciate the
rats.
coolness of us surfing rats.
the rats.
I like
I mean,
how
like
he...
they're not an actual wave. These rats have got to actually sort of like somehow carry you. So it's like this messy, bumpy ride.
I like how he's like, it's not very fast and it's very weird and sad.
Why did you do this?
And the
Wow,
time,
there's
and
a
the
dust
weird-
cloud.
And
That's
as you
intimidating.
pose like Napoleon on a white horse,
Yeah.
you get kind of like jolted around by the sick rumbling of rat body parts.
I know. I think he's not
1,000
appreciating
rats.
the awesome work we've put into this.
I'm like kind of feeling the absolute absurdity of the
Yeah, it is
because
ridiculous.
it's just like imagine us like on this like door like a surfboard just like
Party pose.
just like dabbing
Yeah.
and looking skyward like a Soviet propaganda poster,
Heck,
just
yes.
believing in ourselves to an
Gotta do it.
extent that is obviously not
Unhealthy.
earned.
Yeah.
But and as we do that, just like the occasional jolt, almost got dropped by the rat ocean.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just about at the point where the rats are to deposit you at your final location. That the door on the Kheen ship, the fighter, opens up. It's a sort of door that like goes out.
Oh,
and then
out.
Twists around.
Out and
And
twists?
it unfolds. And it becomes its own stairway. Oh, fuck
That's so
yes.
damn fashion.
And the stairway has like a pink velvet carpet on it.
Of course it does, Dick. You didn't even need to tell us. We knew it did.
Girl!
As a small figure comes out and descends the stairs, a small fishy figure with a smooth bald head, tiny beady eyes, a wide mouth full of small rounded teeth, descends the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
It's Burnster.
What? It's Burnster.
Burnster. In her black shirt done all the way up to her throat, a
Oh,
long
shit.
black kilt, and carrying a rather large blaster rifle. As she descends the stairs, she looks like at you guys coming on the rats and sort of like shakes her head like, nope, not dealing with that now. As she turns and storms straight towards the chased down ship. And she walks right up to the door, pointing the rifle at the hole that Cleo already blew in it. Come out right now! What would Daddy say?
What? Just...
And it's at this point
What?
that the rats deposit you in front of this scene.
Alright.
Yes, Burnster. You've just caught us mid job.
Mid-job? I say it's more like mid, messing up everything and almost losing Kheen.
What are you talking
Come
about?
out! Come out, sweetie, you have to come out right now! As the small hooded figure creeps out through the destroyed door, pulling back the hood, you see the upset, disheveled face of Kheen the Magnificent.
Oh, what? Tay looks like broken. What?
Hold on. Who is that? Who?
Do we still get our outfits? It's just what's going on?
I mean, what? Kheen? What? Burnster? Cleo? Did anyone pay attention to the fact that we just rode in here on rats?
The Magnificent Kheen is impressed with your rats, but if you can protect me from her, I'd be most pleased.
Protect you from who?
As he points at Burnster, who is pointing a rifle at his head.
Wait, Burnster just arrived in the ship.
Yep, in the Kheen ship.
Okay, and who's talking to us to be protected?
Kheen.
So Kheen
Kheen is the little
was the
robed
one
figure.
who he's the little rogue figure who took the credits from the faceless synths
And now she is approaching.
and escaped away. And
him.
escaped away in this dirty little ship.
Kheen, you're telling us that you had us come in for an appointment. You avoided the sacred tradition of pancake. And then tried to steal your own money. I mean, were you even going to make the outfits at all?
I was inspired. The Magnificent Kheen is as good as his word, but I have to get out of here. I can't take it anymore. It's not my money that I'm stealing. It's Kheen Industries. I'm bankrupt.
What?
No. As Burnster sort of comes back in, still like pointing the rifle at Kheen. You don't have to worry about any of that, Kheen, my sweetie. My daddy has got all the money that we need to keep the business running. All we need is your genius, your artistry. You just have to be a nice little fellow, stay here, and make all the pretty things for the company. And Kheen is sort of like his tiny beady eyes like widening miserably, like looking at you frankly, like, look, I'll make anything you need. Just get me out of here. You think I want to live at work?
This is a fucking Brittany situation, Taylor. This is what happens when we have Brittany chat.
Can I say a couple things right now?
Oh, yeah.
Can K2 see what's happening?
Yeah, good.
K2 almost certainly can see what's happening.
Okay.
I mean, we're not far from K2's compound. There's been like a scuffle. There's been like ships shooting at one another.
Taylor, do you see the Brittany correlations?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to know.
I didn't even see that when I was coming up with this, but...
Okay, I'm going to tell you what my first thought was.
Please.
It's going to seem inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
But my first thought when I kind of put it all together was that while Burnsta is looking at Kheen, I should just smoke her from behind.
I mean, we are fucking big fans of Kheen.
We have to free him. He's an artist. And he's
make
trapped.
him live at work. He's got an apartment attached to where he works. He has to live there.
Z.
He thought it was cool, but it's not cool. No one wants that.
Z.
Yes, Cleo.
I'm going to put my hand on you. My bare hand.
Yes.
My bare hand.
I'm going to reach up my jelly hand and cup your hand.
This is the first time I've ever done this in our game, but I am going to begin a telepathic communication with you. And I would like to believe that this time I am successful. Say!
Cleo, is that you?
Can you... Z!
Cleo.
It is me, Cleo.
I can hear you loud and clear, Cleo.
I know! We ain't got much time.
Cleo, it seems mighty messy.
We got to free him.
Yes. I do agree.
He's got to be free to do his art.
We need that merchandise to exist. And it needs to be small in number and collectible.
And the way I see it is the only thing standing in the way of that merchandise is her.
Have you got a plan?
It ain't pretty, and it ain't very complex either. But I think we gotta shrimp her.
All right. I'll be right behind you, no matter what you do, Cleo.
As this conversation is going on, Burnster is laying into Kheen. Like, what did you even think that you were doing? You think you're going to take 100,000 credits and start again somewhere else? We made you. My father bankrolled your entire business, and you belong to us. You have to pay off all the... We've given you so much, and of course there is 10 years of interest on top of that, which is why you still owe us so much, and you have to do the work that you said you were going to do. Alright, so I'm gonna break the connection between Z and I so that I can get my blaster out, and I'm lining up straight on her head. And That's an 18.
And it's an 18.
Oh my god, an 18.
Kheen is like shuffling and like looking wildly at you, and then his eyes widen as he sees Cleo pull out her blaster. Burnster, on the other hand, is still full tilt, laying into Kheen, threatening to take away more of his things, all sorts of horrible, nasty threats. Saying that her family made him and that his genius would have gone unnoticed without someone footing the bill, and all these sorts of things. When Cleo just comes up behind, flicks the rifle onto shield piercing, points it at the back of her head, and fires. And Burnster, big wide mouth open, as suddenly her brains and bits of skull just come flying out of that mouth.
Wow.
Small flecks of blood showering over Kheen, who's sort of like looking stunned at you, like his mouth also gaping wide open. as Burns' body just drops limply into the trash.
Damn.
And Z's like, you still gonna make our outfits?
Yeah, I am thinking that. Oh.
At this, at this point, Kheen is sort of like, oh no. And he starts like shoveling trash over top of the body. It's like, help me hide her.
Oh, no need, friend. Let the rats have her.
Sort of wild eye looking, is like you can see the rats are sort of
I
like
rolled a
creeping
23
around
on
anyway.
telepathy.
Okay. Rats just sort of come in as Kheen sort of backs away, back up onto the ramp as rats swarm in and just start taking away Bernster's body.
As they move away,
You can see sort of
I'm gonna
stumbling
put
out
my
of the
hand
rat.
in it as a
The
thank
three
you.
synths, the three faceless synths, looking very disheveled. One of them limping, one of them missing an entire forearm, sort of come limping and staggering out of the moving rat pile towards the ship, and all of you, Kheen sort of looking over at them like, I knew this was a terrible place to meet. Why did I listen to you directly outside your employer's factory? Ridiculous! Get on the ship, the three of you. Kheen sort of looking over to you two. Like, I guess some explanations are in order, but I haven't much time. Do you want to come aboard with me?
I mean,
Oh man,
I'm just still reeling with the fucking.
I know.
You just killed someone and I just hid the body for you. Ride or die.
Look,
And these rats, they're gonna eat the bones and the clothes as well.
we believe in art, man. Pay your artists,
Yes.
damn it, and
I mean,
don't
fuck.
fucking trap them.
Exactly.
Okay.
I do feel weird. just.
It's very extreme, but it is weird.
I feel like you've done nastier things in the past.
Yeah. But like,
Have we?
But usually it's had a bit more preamble to it, you know.
Nah, this was
This
right
was-
up and
this
A
let's-
bit more
This
cold-blooded.
was
It's more
righteous,
like,
but it was cold-blooded.
But it's like I feel like
I don't even need to hear the whole story. I've heard enough. Bang.
yeah, I feel like Cleo doesn't do that kind of stuff unless there's like a space where it's like, you know what? Nah, we're not doing that. Bobby don't got space for that.
Cleo, you were right.
Cleo's just gonna like blow the smoke off of her blaster and be like, well, let's get on that ship.
I can't
Pop
believe
some
we're
candy.
I can't believe we're getting on Kheen's ship, Cleo.
Kheen, of course, like as the rats are thinking, he sort of like steps down and skips around the rats and like sort of beckoning as the other two hooded figures come out of the slightly damaged ship. They pull their robes down. It's a pair of the taller humanoids that you saw working back at Kheen's place, Kheen's storefront. And Kheen is sort of like looking at the fighter ship. He's like, yes, one of you pilot, right? Yes, you take that one. Yes, all right. The rest of you come on board this one with me. I want to get out of here before K2 comes sniffing around.
What is wrong with K2?
Well, these three gentle synths, is that the right term? They have exited their employment with him early. Their contracts are not particularly forgiving, much like myself, and well, I'm going into business on midspace, and they're coming with me.
Have you tried talking to K2?
I don't have time for that nonsense. I'm an artist. The magnificent Kheen waits for no contract to expire.
K2 is also similar to you, and is also quite artistic. I do believe a conversation between the two of you could yield very valuable for the both.
Ludicrous! Ridiculous! I will not be in the same room as that man. So you're going to walk on board the ship?
Yeah, I still want to see K2.
Okay, so
Get on board.
as the bastards, along with that magnificent Kheen, climb on board the sort of dusty transport ship, and as one of the three synths clambers into the fighter ship, and you both ships take off, Kheen sort of beckons you into a meeting room where he has to plop himself up. He's got to do a little jump to get his little legs up onto a chair, and beckons for the two of you to sit on a sofa opposite.
All right.
And as you sit down, he's like, and he's got the case of credits on one side, which he pats with one hand. He's like, I suppose I should thank you for successfully bringing these my way. I must apologize for my employees' rough treatment of you. It was the only way I could think of to get this money back under my own control.
Well, now, I wish you would have told us what kind of trouble you was in, 'cause, as you can see, we are patrons of the arts of a sort.
Yes, I should have seen it. I should have seen kindred spirits in you immediately. But I must confess, I underestimated the two of you, and for that I must be sincerely apologetic. What you lack in style and decorum and manners and perfume,
Watch it.
you do make up for in heart, and what a quality that is. Inspiration strikes. Give me a data pad, quick now! As Kheen's like furiously sort of tapping away on a data pad, and you see he's bringing up the images of your two armor sets, and it's sort of like he sort of flicks away. The color scheme sort of vanishes. No more corporate Kheen color scheme.
Yes.
As he's sort of like tapping away, as a blood red color comes in on all the sections that had been purple.
Whoa.
Oh, yes.
Kind of into it.
And then sort of he's flicking away further, struggling to think of the right thing, when suddenly like a pale blue, almost a sky blue, fills in the rest.
Ooh.
Almost like the throbbing veins on a heart exposed.
Red Dead Rat-demption.
Wow.
So if you must know, several years ago I went into a partnership with that awful assistant's parent. He loaned me a small amount to get Kheen Industries running, and, well, all was going well, but the interest rates, they really get you, and I've been trapped in their pocket ever since. I've not seen a single credit of my earnings, kept forced to live in the factory, to work for as many clients as they can acquire. Well, it's not on, it's not the way I operate, and, well, I found these gentlemen willing to leave K2K2 and come with me and set up a new shop on Midspace, and that's what I'm going to do. I needed money, and I did what I had to get some.
Well, I respect that.
Yes.
Of course you do! The magnificent Kheen doesn't have bad ideas, only bad luck.
Well,
And I sure as hell don't believe in the internet, or whatever you said. Interesting. Hell no. Put the money down, count what's there, and that's it.
As to your patronage, I shan't accept a single credit for you in payment. I shall give what I promised. You'll be my very first clients once I set up shop on Midspace.
Oh, you dastardly devil dick.
And anything you want, you'll be top of my queue.
Hell.
You say
That I
anything?
promise. Anything.
I can't
What was
speak.
your name again, Fishman? Jellyfish Man.
Dr. Z.
Dr. Z, yes. I'm sure I can remember that. Well then, Dr. G,
Ooh, oh.
anything.
Dick knows how to hurt you.
How to hurt me, and also knows that I won't argue it. God damn. I'm too impressed.
I'm like Dan's face right now. Dan is doing that face where he's like, I love it too much.
Yeah.
I can't even deal with it.
Step on me again.
Why do we have such a crush on Kheen?
Mm-hmm.
Hit me, baby, one more time. I was about to be like, no, we will pay. And then I was like, shut up. Oh my God. I'm like, I don't even know how to act. Like, why are we so obsessed with Kheen? What is this? What's wrong with us?
You're seeing behind the curtain a bit now as well. You're seeing like a vulnerable side of Kheen.
No, I will.
I just want him to respect us so bad. Like,
I will kind of step up a little bit maybe and be like,
It was Dr. Z.
and I'm going to hum the energy blade a bit, because I'm a bit annoyed that we've had to save him from his own shenanigans. He has not been able to I still am impressed by his artwork, but I'm a bit annoyed by him and himself. So I'm going to hum my energy blade.
Whoop, sort of like hopping and sort of pulling his limbs back in, sort of out of reach of the energy blade. Like, yes, that's what he said.
No, you said Dr. G. Dr. Z.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's probably an accent thing.
Oh my god.
And you, Bear, your name?
Cleo just starts like kind of looking around like, what? Me? Bear? It's Cleo.
Cleo got her own name wrong.
It's Cleo.
We called herself Leo or something.
It's
Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Don't tell everyone the secret.
The secret of the name.
The secret. It's
and you can
Cleo.
see like a little sort of side eye in Kheen's expression, as though he's about to call her, like Cleop or something. But he thinks better of it, sort of looking back at Dr. Z. He's like, Cleo and Dr. Z will be striking up an unlikely but mutually beneficial friendship with the magnificent Kheen. We will be a force that, unlike anything the galaxy has seen. Yes, I like the sound of it already. Very well. Can I give you a lift anywhere? I take it you'll be taking your own transport to mid-space to see me once your armors are complete.
Something like that.
Mighty heck yes, we will.
Oh, shrimp, yeah.
Well then, name the location and I shall take you there immediately.
Ha! Thank you very much. K2K2's offices.
We just got away from there. I didn't mean anywhere.
Well then, right outside the gate.
Fine, but I'm not setting one foot inside the complex, you hear me?
That's fine. We'll parachute out.
We could actually just hover over the complex. We'll fucking jump in. Parachute style. I like that more, actually. Let's do that.
And so, Kheen, popping open the credits and sort of just making sure it looks like there is a good full 100,000 in there, pulling out the tracking device and tossing that out the door. As Zio get ready to parachute once more.
Oh, yes.
As Kheen's
Full
driver
circle.
circles you around over K2K2's factory.
We fly again. Take to the
Here's
sky.
my personal communication line. You'll be able to find me when I set up shop on mid-space. It's a very good location. I must admit, I've done the preliminaries myself. I got a very good deal on it as well. But until then, the magnificent Kheen bids you farewell.
See you soon.
I don't have anything cool. No.
Ow.
See you soon.
Hot shrimp.
Hot shrimp.
They leap out the door, and the ripped open door as it is, in fact, it's going to need some sort of repairing at some point. And parachute down. You can see, as you're sort of coming down towards the roof, some small figure in primary colours in a jetpack zooms up and lands tidally on the roof. And as you're sort of descending in, you see, sort of just watching you with a sort of slow-moving gaze, is K2K2 standing on the roof.
Cool.
And that is the end of the episode.
Oh my god.
Shit.
I don't know if we're in trouble. What
Does he still like us?
is he in league with Bernsta's family? Like, how much did he see? How much did
We
he
had
hear?
a bunch of revelations here, eh? How close were your guesses? Let's see, like, you'd talk yourselves out of the notion of Kheen having done it himself.
We had talked ourselves out of it.
I think we had, yeah. I don't
But
know.
you did think that Bernsta was the primary antagonist, which
I was
you were
really
right
worried
about,
about
just in the wrong
Bernsta.
way.
Yeah.
You were right, but not in the way you thought. I did actually. I laid down like a really sneaky meta hint as to what the plot was. Like I think it was last episode where I said something about there being a lot of ins and outs and a lot of interested parties. So it's a quote from The Big Lebowski
Oh, is it?
that has the whole plot of like the Big Lebowski himself doesn't have any money, and like the whole thing is a fake kidnapping scheme to embezzle funds from the company.
God damn it! Look at
And that's what Kheen did.
Well, also
Listen
as
here,
well,
people.
I gave you
That's
the hint.
dick magic.
there's some
That's
dick magic.
dick magic.
But it reminded me as well of the earlier episode where we were chatting with one of the workers, and they were like looking at Burnster with like
there was a lot of bad vibes. Like just the difference between the place that the business and his living quarters.
Yeah.
There were so many things that didn't feel right or stack up, and the way that she was reacting.
Yeah.
It was just
she
all
wasn't
right.
really worried that he was gone until she saw the ransom note, and then
Yeah. There was a
Brilliantly
lot
done.
of like weirdness around his circumstances and then her behavior. And I don't think I had that one on my bingo card. I will say that when you immediately revealed that she had landed and she was kind of just like, okay, you get out of the way, I'm going to fix this now. And I was immediately like, I had 10 ideas upon that happening where I was like, hold on a minute. Because the way she was like, what would daddy say about this? I was like, okay, wait, whoever she's talking to, it means something different. I don't know if it's because we recorded the Bobby Got Space for You before. Like, I was like, hold on.
you're imagining like familial drama.
I was like, is the hooded person her kid? Or is there an evil twin?
I know,
is there
there
a
was just-
sibling?
Yeah.
Is there like inner family like strife?
Yeah.
Is she somehow related to Kheen? Is Kheen her partner? Is Kheen her sibling? Is there like an evil like situation of like this sibling's getting treated badly and this one's the like golden child, and like is somebody like, is she a parent? Is she a partner? A sibling? Like, is there a person
I mean,
in
her
there
and
that
Kheen
did
being
this?
siblings would have sort of made some kind of sense too. But as soon as I said it, what would Daddy think? I sort of thought that I got flashes of that as well myself. I was like, oh, that does sound like that she's talking about like a shared parent.
There was like a whole, but it does make sense. Like as I listened, I was like, oh, okay, because it's also a vibe, right? Like
As well, like
That's a trope.
you've killed like the little sort of spoiled fucking rich kid.
Yeah.
Like you've executed her, and there's like rich dad out there somewhere.
I feel like because of the heavy themes of this episode, we are gonna. I feel like we can fill that half hour right now, like
Yeah.
just like unpacking what
I
happened.
know.
Especially because like it was heavy, like for Cleo to just like off somebody.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, I feel I go out of my way to not play like that because just like murder hoboing through bores the shit out of me.
But murder hoboing is when you encounter someone and then you kill them. Like,
Exactly.
For no reason
I mean, like-
other than like, oh, this is like a video game. The first thing you do is kill things. Like
Right.
this is murdering someone for a reason.
My
That's
least
a whole different
favorite
story.
gaming dynamic or gaming style is just like smashing. Because we miss so much shit if we do that. Like there's always a story tendril or like a
I mean,
background.
being able to have a conversation with every and any character is so much more realistic than
Right.
just fucking killing them.
And
Yeah.
it's just like if we interact with the world, we discover little tidbits. Like when we were having our like hunt for Herodotus when we had all like been drinking, and just on the like taxi ride, we learned so much about
Yeah.
the world that we'd never learned before. I mean, just like the discovery of the Reese statue and or what, like just all these pieces. And so I feel like if we ever end a thing that has been presented, we'll miss out. But
FOMO.
in this context, I was like, I
Sometimes
feel
you have
like
to.
I've gotten
Yeah.
the information that I need, and even though there's always another way to spin it, right? Like you could feel bad about some aspect of her scenario, but the interest thing triggered me because I was like, this shit's student loans. Fuck that. So then I
Yeah,
was
like
like, I'm not going to help the person doling out a predatory student loan
No.
to an artist.
Was
I don't know.
basically
Maybe
like,
because
yeah,
that's what
he's-
happened to me.
He's trapped in a thing where he will never be able to pay it back, is what I'm imagining. Like,
Exactly.
it's basically
Like-
like, because this is like, again, this is lawless space. So like,
Yeah.
Right.
the super rich and the guilds, like they're the only ones who have any real power. So even like someone like, he's like a celebrity, he's like an amazing artisan, but he ain't got no power.
And that's the thing. This is our fantasy world,
the money.
right?
Yeah.
And we're actually outlaws.
Yeah.
We are. And so if we have the choice to pick a side, I'm never gonna pick the side of a predatory lender that's trying to trap a creative individual into being a production house. Like, hell no. That's like fundamentally not on. I mean, like, just nah. We couldn't do it. Man.
Yeah, the whole thing could have gone a few different ways. I was also gonna potentially have K2 join the fray, but like things didn't pan out in that way. Like the rats really threw me.
The rats. Well, how quickly did that speed things along with the rats? Because
the rats was genius. Like you just come straight into it. That's probably why we've done such a quick episode, because like you guys didn't and about what to do. You're just like, yep, we're gonna throw candy and we're gonna get rats.
So the other week after we did that last episode, Dan texted me. Yeah. And he's like, "This is a note.
We got to use the rats.
If we're fighting in the trash heaps,
you've got rats. Like,
then we've got to throw the candies on the ground and start a swarm of rats. And maybe they'll help us."
I love that the seeds were planted for that in the prior episode for like both parts of it. Like that's good. That's clever storytelling. I applaud.
Because Parter was telling us about like how dangerous it was, like a swarm of rats.
Yeah, when they swarm, that's when
you got to be careful. And I remember like I was listening back and I was like,
we missed a big deal out of it.
Beat about the rats. And it was just a small little detail, but it was a big thing. You know, it was,
And it's cool because we usually, the way that we play, I don't know, for people who are like hearing this, I don't know if anybody wonders, but like we don't plan anything.
Yeah.
We don't script anything. We take very few notes.
I mean, the only thing that we even remotely script really is the cold opens, and that's
if we even do it. I mean, we'll script like a piece of it, and then the rest of it is just absolute like the chaos of
chaotic ad lib.
You figure out what the goal is. Like we figure out what the end of the goal that we're trying to get to, and then
even from a DM standpoint, like I have plot points. I like like if there is a mystery pose, I know the answer to the mystery, but like that's about it. Like I know like Kheen has taken himself and he's stolen some workers from K2 and he's sent them to steal the money off you, blah blah blah. But like there's so many different ways it could have panned out, because initially I was thinking that I would have K2 like blast down on his jetpack, push a button and like the heads fall off his former employees or something. It's like, I made you and I can unmake you. I was gonna like I had all these sort of different plot bits. I was always had Burnstar literally has been tracking the money, so she's just been waiting to be able to come and get her Kheen back, and like had all these sort of moving parts. I didn't really know how they would unfold. So,
but obviously the coolest part for you through the whole episode was us like surfing rats to land. Right, that was the
by far the coolest.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Obviously,
very dramatic.
Yeah, cool.
Very cool looking.
Thank you.
I can't believe how much use we were able to get out of the rats.
I know. If I can deliver them.
And can you even
they're ready to dispose of the body.
Can you believe that we didn't get
I'm
eaten
so
ourselves?
glad we didn't. Oh, that would have been a horrible way for Z to die.
Or like mess.
There's only one witness to the crime.
K2.
Oh shit.
K2.
That's all right. We won't piss him off.
Well,
otherwise, the body's gone. The daddy might never know what happened to Burnstar.
I don't think K2.
I mean, he'll assume it has something to do with Kheen, but
so
he's
I guess
probably
that's
not going to.
Something
Probably won't
that'll
implicate
come
you
up
guys.
later.
Yeah,
will only implicate you guys if K2 spills.
Better
the
not
beans.
piss off K2.
Do I have to bash him too?
We better thank them patrons.
Oh damn! Well, I mean, hats to you, Dickie. Excellent episode. Excellent session.
Hats and rats.
Hats and rats to you.
For Red Dead Rat-demption.
Red Dead Rat-demption.
And now, the other hats. Off to you, patrons. The magical super space fuel that allows us to continue piloting this spaceship. You're the best. We love you. And your names.
Truly, madly, deeply, we've got Waco and Bodie, Max, Jimmy and Shima, Clayton and Doff and Ben from No Mercy, Trevor Forever, Ybots 999, Randy and hi guys, it's Nicole, the Bale Queen and Noodle and Eric B. Rose, Marcus and Lucas Duff, and the first one of all that started us off, it's Cheaper by the Dungeon.
I am clinking my pint glass to that.
Cheers.
Do I have to do that every time now?
Yes, you do. Cheers to you.
I liked it too much, so.
Yep. Congratulations, Dickie. You just made yourself more work.
If you do something good, you're never going to get left alone. That's a lesson.
Thank you, everyone, for supporting us and our show. And you really do keep this.
I bet you're glad you lasted all the way to the end
Yeah.
to get the
get
the
that
patron
happy
song.
ending.
Yeah. Really, really appreciate it. And if you
Cheers,
haven't
guys.
already,
We
then
love
please
you.
head on over to iTunes. Give us an iTunes review. That really helps us get the show in front of new air holes. And
I do.
And yeah, share us with a friend. That's the best way. If you have
It
a
is.
friend that you think might like the show, let them know about us because that's the best way that we can grow. And if we grow, then we can do this full time. We can make more stuff for you. So thank you.
If you think this is a lot, wait till we get a real soapbox.
Wait until this
yak
becomes
from.
full time. Because fuck.
Just you wait.
If you think we summered a lot of rats today, you just wait till we get more than candy.
Exactly. If we can make this in our spare time, imagine what we can do with it with our only time. It would be.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
That's
People are
I
like
tremble to
clicking
think.
off right now. They're like, don't do it.
do it.
Don't
Don't do
forward
it.
it.
It'd be too
It's like a
much.
chain letter. It's like, if you send this to 10 people right now, you will never eat another donut in your life. They'll
you won't.
burn off the face of the
won't.
earth for you.
It'd be gone.
If you don't forward us to 10 friends tonight, you will never get to meet another dog.
Which is a
In your
horrible,
life.
horrible
Every
thing.
dog. They'll always be somewhere else. They'll always be on the other side of the street.
Oh my god, that's awful. I take it back. That's fucked up.
Thank
Too
you,
much.
everyone.
Anyway.
Love you all. And we will see you next week.
Love you.
Same busted chime, same busted network.
Yes. We'll see you on
did it.
Tuesdays for Sidearm if you are a patron member, and we'll see you on Thursdays for the main campaign episode.
TT.
Tune in next time for another edge of your seat adventure in space with the Backwater Bastards.
If you enjoy listening, but also have eyes, check out our Instagram, where we post drawings, illustrations, character art from our adventures. Backwater_Bastards. Check out our Instagram on Instagram.